Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm going to explain to you why Donald Trump is going to be able to win a 400 electoral vote landslide in 2020. I understand that it's not exactly my main prediction, it might be optimistic, but I'm going to be explaining why it's not exactly as far-fetched as people want to think. Now, here's the deal. I will fill in every red state where Donald Trump had a positive approval rating in the midterm exit polls from the election. So this altogether, assuming Maine's 2nd District, which did vote for the Maine governor and the Republican candidate before the ranked choice voting, would go for Donald Trump. Also fill out the states here. You end up with 260 electoral votes. Now, add the state here, Wyoming, we're at 250, and Missouri. There we go. We are at 260 electoral votes. So there is very little reasoning why Donald Trump will lose any of these states, even if they do trend in the Democrat direction. It's probably not going to happen. Now, as we look at things like trends, Michigan went for Obama by 9. It went for Trump by 1. Just the environment here in Michigan, it feels like a lot of people are being taken aback by the far lefters. Yes, in the Rust Belt, Democrats did do very well in the midterms, yet Republican turnout was low, and the candidates that the Democrats ran were pretty good, sort of moderate appearing candidates, even though they might not have governed in that way since then. So I think that regardless, and you look at the turnout differences in places like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Michigan, where Republicans stayed home, the non-college whites that are less likely to vote in the midterms, and there have been studies that have shown that a turnout surge would favor Donald Trump in 2020, not a Democrat, based on how many people stayed home in the midterms. Now, Trump was down 4 in Nevada. It's possible that a turnout surge in the state of Nevada against a Democrat could possibly tilt the state in his column, as long as he focuses on Reno and gets out the casino vote, because he definitely has ties here. He didn't really try that hard there last time. This time around with a 48% approval rating in the midterm exit polls, I think he can win any state he has a 48% approval rating in, strictly off of the fact when you look at the fact of the matter being that he is probably going to be going up against a candidate that is going to be a Democrat, either a socialist or a geriatric Biden type that is establishmentarian. You're going to have a third party that will take 4% of the vote. That way you only need 48% to win a state. Nevada is a state where there's a lot of third party voters, and if his approval is 48, he very well could win the state of Nevada. And we can look at the state of Minnesota. He would have won Minnesota last time around if it was not for Evan McMullin stealing votes away from him. And you can look at New Hampshire and Maine at large and do the same thing with the third-party votes and look at how these states have been trending. Rhode Island was Obama's third best state in 2012, yet Hillary Clinton only won it by 14. It really didn't trend super red in the midterms, but don't count out Rhode Island flipping, because Michigan, Wisconsin, a state went for Obama by 17, went for Trump by 1 in just 8 years' time. The trend continued. It's very possible. Indiana went in Donald Trump's column, a 23% swing, I believe, over the 8-year period. Rhode Island very well could be in play for Donald Trump if he targets it. And the same thing can be made with Oregon and Washington, especially with the Portland Antifa. There's a lot of disaffected Democrats up in this part of the country that are so upset with the far left that are going to flock away. Now, you could look at Colorado. Republicans are going to have to put a lot more resources here with Hickenlooper running, and if they decide to not concede and put effort into Colorado and get those third-party libertarians out and get them voting for Donald Trump, he will have the state of Colorado in his column. He's at 360. Now, you could make the similar argument for the state of New Mexico. Trump's approval in Latinos is consistently higher than it was in the election day in literally every poll you see. If he gets 35% of the Latino vote, Colorado, New Mexico, those states are his, and that means he's doing even better in Texas, and he probably will win Texas by a wider margin than expected. So he's already at 365. Now look at the state of Virginia. Clinton's running mate was from Virginia, and you have a lot of trouble that is happening on Virginia Capitol Hill, where you have the governor blackface in charge there. That alone could very well, Trump could make a play in Fairfax County. Democrats are getting maxed out in Fairfax County. Republicans are not necessarily maxed out in the rest of the state of Virginia. That alone could swing the state of Virginia into Donald Trump's column and get him closer to that magic number of 400 electoral votes. Now look at Maine's 1st district. This was one of Obama's best districts in 2012 that he did well in, but it only went for Clinton by around 15. If the 1st district swings by as much as the 2nd district swung from 2012 to 2016, if Trump can make a play with the 1st district, issues of immigration in Portland, Maine and stuff like that could very well flip that district into Donald Trump's column. So he has 379 electoral votes. The generic Democrat is stuck at 0. Now we can further analyze this map even further. Look at the state of Connecticut. Very unpopular governor there, Ned Lamont. And the Northeast is a very, very white state. If you're going to have candidates that are apologizing for being white, if you're going to have candidates that are talking about privilege conspiracy theories all day, it's not going to bode very well for the people in the Northeast. Connecticut in particular, they're going to lose college-educated whites, honestly. Look at the polling out of Civics, which is a much better version of Morning Consult. Shows Trump's actually ahead 5 with college-educated white voters. He's actually made gains, and that's part of how he was able to get from 37% approval in the fall of 2017 all the way up to 45 about now. So Connecticut could very well flip if Trump can definitely talk to the white working class voters up in the Northeast, as well as some of the more educated voters. They love the tax cuts. The tax cuts worked for everybody, and especially the consumers, and definitely have helped out the blue collar wages rise so far. And you'll see that in my next video about how I'll list all of Trump's accomplishments. It's going to take probably about a half hour. I promised I would put that video out next, but I wanted to get this video out for you. So why is Delaware going to flip? Well, Joe Biden was a senator from Delaware, but again, he's not very well liked in the state, honestly. Trump will put his Thanos fist on any candidate, including Joe Biden. He can go hold a rally in Delaware just to spite him, and he'll probably draw out 25,000 people and hold the rally in the middle of nowhere in the state of Delaware. He very well could win the state. And Republicans is not gone yet for Republicans. I mean, Delaware, Trump got 41%. If he's going up against Biden and can convince a lot of voters there that Biden was a terrible senator and did absolutely nothing for the state, and he can talk about what he's done for all of America, he very well could flip Delaware. So he's at 389, and you're kind of running out of states here. Yes, California's going blue no matter what. Hawaii's going blue no matter what, as well as New York State, although I think it will get closer. Trump has the home state factor going for him 100% this time instead of 50% because of Hillary. Vermont also probably going to stay blue. It could be close again if Bernie gets write-in votes there. Massachusetts, Maryland, I know all 3 of these states have Republican governors, but sadly, there's no realistic chances of it flipping. DC probably will never go red in history. And then you have the state of Illinois, which honestly could be competitive in the future as people are leaving the state. I believe every 8 minutes someone permanently leaves Illinois. So that will stay blue for now, but not in the future. That leaves us New Jersey. What's Trump's approval rating in New Jersey? 43 to 44%. I think Bob Hewen running from Donald Trump kind of hurt him. A lot of Trump voters did not vote for Bob Hewen because he was such a never-Trumper. If you take this into consideration, it's very possible that Hewen could have done even better. Hewen could have got 46, 47% of the vote and come even closer to knocking off that corrupt Menendez. Now, if Donald Trump can improve his margin here, hold rallies here, do what he can do, get from 43 up into 48. Remember what was he on election day here? 31. Now he's 43. He's moving on up. His policies have been working for the American people. He very well could win the state of New Jersey. I don't want to hear anybody talking on this video saying, oh, Trump this, Trump that. No. Sit back, trust the plan, and watch what could happen. This video could very well happen. If you live on Twitter, you think Trump's going to lose every state. If you live in the real world, you probably think Trump's going to win every state because his policies have been working for the American people. The economy's booming. No, there's not going to be a recession. Just sit back and watch and see what happens. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please like this video. Please comment. And please hit that big red subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Thanks, guys. Red Eagle, out.